Today we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated muscle cars of the year, the all-new 2026 Ford Mustang Boss. This isn't just another Mustang trim, it's a rebirth of an iconic nameplate with modern technology, ferocious performance, and styling that turns heads wherever it goes. Whether you're a longtime Mustang fan or a first-time buyer curious what all the hype is about, by the end of this video you'll understand why the Boss has muscle car enthusiasts buzzing. Let's start with the exterior, because the first impression of the 2026 Mustang Boss is nothing short of dramatic. From every angle, this car tells you it's serious. The wide and muscular stance gives it an aggressive posture. Wide fenders and sculpted side panels blend retro inspiration with a modern aerodynamic edge. The long hood, pronounced scoops and sharp LED lighting create a look that's both classic Mustang and thoroughly contemporary. The quad exhaust outlets and optional rear diffuser aren't just cosmetic. They hint at the power that lives under the hood. There are functional air vents and a deep front splitter that help with cooling and downforce, which is essential when you're pushing this kind of performance on the street or track. Signature Boss badging and unique color options ensure it stands apart from the crowd. This is a car that demands attention before you even twist the key. HoustonArchitects.in+2. Now move around to the back and you'll notice the wide, planted stance doesn't just look great. It improves stability at higher speeds. Big alloy wheels wrapped in performance tires fill those arches perfectly, and the whole silhouette screams that this is not a grocery getter. It's a purposeful, performance-oriented machine designed for drivers who want both style and substance. Slide inside and the interior of the Boss continues that theme. Driver-focused, tech-rich, and surprisingly comfortable for a performance-oriented car. The cockpit layout puts everything within easy reach of the driver, with a fully digital performance cluster that can show you telemetry, G-forces, and engine data at a glance. You'll find supportive sport seats with premium materials like leather and Alcantara, perfect for both spirited driving and longer highway runs. The flat-bottom steering wheel with integrated controls feels great in your hands, and the infotainment system is large, responsive, and packed with modern connectivity like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Dual-zone climate control, ambient lighting, and even heated/ventilated seating options add luxury touches you wouldn't expect in a raw performance machine. HoustonArchitects.in+2. What really sets the interior apart is how Ford has blended traditional muscle car elements with cutting-edge technology. You still get that analog emotional connection, thick steering wheel, tactile buttons, and a sense of engagement, but it's enhanced with digital precision and convenience features modern drivers expect. It's the kind of space that feels purposeful and planted, rather than overly futuristic or sterile. Of course, the heart and soul of any Mustang is performance, and the 2026 Boss does not disappoint. Depending on the specific variant, this car is built to deliver raw power with modern engineering. Legacy models like the Boss 429 typically come with a large displacement V8 engine that's tuned for extreme output, and rumors and early reports suggest power figures that easily eclipse many competitors, in some cases nearing or exceeding 700+ horsepower with torque figures that push well past 650 lb-ft. On the standard Boss lineup, the focus is on a naturally aspirated V8 that delivers a potent blend of responsiveness, sound, and that classic muscle car feel. Some configurations pair with a traditional 6-speed manual gearbox, while others offer a modern 10-speed automatic for quicker shifts and better acceleration. NRPS. And let's talk about what that power feels like on the road. With high-performance suspension components, adaptive MagneRide dampers, and wide, sticky performance tires, the Boss is engineered to handle like a true performance machine. Whether you're carving through twisty back roads or laying down rubber on a drag strip, the steering feedback and chassis balance feel dialed in, husky yet refined, powerful yet surprisingly controllable. With big Brembo brakes and advanced traction control systems, you've got stopping power to match the punch under the hood. Driving enthusiasts will appreciate how well this car bridges the gap between track capability and everyday usability. It's not so stiff that it punishes you on city roads, but it's also ready to get serious when you demand it. That's the magic of Ford's performance engineering. They've taken a nameplate rooted in classic muscle and given it the tech and dynamics to compete with the best sports cars of the decade. Now let's talk price, because a car like this not only needs to perform, it needs to make sense for the people who are excited about it. Pricing for the 2026 Mustang Boss tends to vary based on the specific model and options you choose. Early industry reports suggest that base pricing for high-performance Boss variants starts well above the standard Mustang trims, reflecting the exclusivity and performance hardware involved. Some limited-run models command prices in the six-figure range, and that's before you add performance packages, bespoke paint, and interior customization. Rumors place initial pricing somewhere in the ballpark of around $125,000 for limited production flagship editions, with option packages potentially pushing closer to $150,000 for fully loaded versions. NRPS. That might seem steep compared to regular Mustangs, but when you consider the performance, exclusivity, and engineering that goes into a Boss model, it's competitive with other high-end performance cars in its class. For many enthusiasts, owning a Boss isn't just about speed, it's about being part of a legacy. These cars are often produced in limited numbers, and collectors already see them as future classics, which adds another layer of value. By the time you factor in the performance hardware, tech features, and cachet of the Boss nameplate, the pricing reflects a car that's not merely built to be driven, it's built to be coveted. In summary, the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss stands as one of the most exciting muscle cars of this generation. It blends aggressive exterior design, a focused yet comfortable interior, blistering performance, and a price that reflects its capabilities and rarity. For fans of American performance cars, this is a vehicle that delivers not just raw power, but emotion, heritage, and modern execution all in one package.